Welcome back to Panther Sports Talk. The Panthers finished with a win against Western Illinois and then found out they're in the playoffs. And Coach, when I'm watching it, I know I was a little surprised, not a top 8 seed for the second place team in the conference. Talk about where you watched that and where you are now with the team getting ready for a home game.
I tell you what, we watched it at my house. We had the whole team over, and it is always fun to have them all sitting there, and they had breakfast lined up for them. So we have breakfast, and then we're all sitting around the TVs upstairs and downstairs. And we were all expecting to be a top 8 seed, to be honest with you. And lo and behold, we got the surprise like we all did, and that we finished second alone in this league and didn't get the seed. So it's like a bad call on the officials' part that you can't do anything about it. You move on, and you make sure it doesn't affect what's coming down the road. And San Diego is now here ready to play.
Talk about what this week looks like. There's no classes. You throw Thanksgiving in there, getting prepared for a playoff game at home here.
Well, that's what a seed would give you, is gives you a little time to recoup as well as get ready. So now we just have to go back about this week like a normal week, and it's getting the meals ready since we're not in school. It's getting the Thanksgiving preparations ready for everybody, because that's an important holiday that we'll still enjoy and be a part of, and then be ready for Saturday's game, because that's the most important thing that's going to happen this week.
I know you talk a lot about this team being special, like a family, and that senior leadership that we have seen this year has been really impressive.
Well, it's really been impressive, and you know, it was probably the hardest thing about senior day was watching the parents, greeting the parents as they walked out on the field that day. That's not easy. Probably harder for me to see the parents maybe sometimes than it is the son, because I'm going to see him again.
Yeah.
But the parents, that's kind of like the beginning of the end for them, and I've been in their shoes, so we've got some great parents that have really helped develop these young men.
There were some special moments in that big victory against Western Illinois. I liked when Christian Ellsworth got in, and you could see the emotion of him getting the snap and playing in that game.
That was important for everybody, not just Christian Ellsworth, because Christian Ellsworth has been a great for our program without being a starter, without even being a guy that got on the field. And I think every player was just as emotional about giving him the opportunity as him getting the opportunity. So that just shows you the pride in our football program and the pride that our guys have for our school.
Panther football team is rolling. Here's a story now on Suni Lane, a key receiver for the Panther offense.